My friends, will you pray with me? May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, dear God, my rock and my redeemer. Amen. Today, we recognize World AIDS Day. I know some of you are saying, well, today's not December 1st. But really, if you're one of the 36 million people who live with AIDS, every day is an AIDS Day. Fortunately, many for us in this country, AIDS is a chronic illness. But the downside of this is, because it's a chronic illness, here now, in many ways, HIV has been put on the back burner. In many countries, and even here in the U.S., in the underprivileged communities, AIDS is still a fatal disease. According to publichealth.org, 1.6 million people in this country have HIV, and up to 1/5, that would be 220,000, don't even know their status today. So what can I do, you ask? This is where I talk about things that most churches and some politicians don't like to talk about. The first thing you can do is get tested regularly. It has been proven that if you are positive, the earlier you start testing, the better off you will be, even if you don't have symptoms. Next thing you can do is always use condoms and use them properly. In the study, almost 50% of the males in this country do not know the proper use of a condom or how to use it properly. And also make sure you use that lube to make sure they don't break. We do have some condoms in the back of the church if you are in need of them. If you are in a high-risk category, talk to your health care provider about PrEP. That's pre-exposure prophylactics. Taking this pill once a day, it's an antiretroviral, has been proven to help high-risk categories to reduce the chances of contracting HIV. But make no mistake about it, this does not replace condoms in the safer sex regimen. Also, you must be super compliant with the meds, because if you stop taking them, the virus will mutate and it will no longer work. Do not overindulge in alcohol or recreational drugs. Studies have indicated that these increases the likelihood of infection and actually may hasten the advancement of the virus. If you get tattoos or piercings, only get them from a reputable person. And if you have any open sores, be very careful, because that's a way that you can contract the virus very easily. And if you do have HIV and you're looking to interact with another person, do the right thing and tell the other person, because you may be endangering their own life. Well, that's all okay, you say, but I don't fit any categories, so what do I do? Talk to the youth in your life. Educate them the realities of what living with HIV is like and eliminate the myths. It has been proven that young people who have proper education have fewer incidents of HIV and other STDs, as well as teen pregnancies. And a lot of the youth today didn't see what we saw in the 80s. Many of them think, well, all I gotta do is pop a pill every day and I'll be okay. That's not the truth. Most people, including myself, the standard regimen is 3 pills a day. But for myself, I have to take 12 more pills to counteract the side effect of the antiretrovirals. And then I have to take 2 more pills to counteract one of the pills that counteract the it's a lot of pills. It's 17 pills a day. Every day for the rest of my life. And antiretroviral pills, unlike other pills, if you run out, if you miss a few days, you can't do that. The virus will mutate, and all of a sudden you will find out that those pills no longer work for you. And the truth of the matter is, if you become multi-resistant, none of them will work for you. There's only about 30 HIV pills on the market today. Then there are the regular blood draws and doctor visits. First, they check to see if the meds are working. Then they also check if you have any side effects. In my case, I've had a whole body rash. My skin started peeling off in one instant. Another instance, my triglycerides went up to 1250, and I was ready to have a heart attack at any moment. And the third instance is when my kidney shut down from the antiretrovirals. Those are some serious stuff. And if you don't get tested regularly, you could die from the antiretrovirals. Another thing is talk to your local educators. Tell them how proper education is vital to reducing the incidence of HIV in youth today. And HIV also increases problems with heart, eyes, diabetes, and peripheral neuropathy. And I have 3 of those for myself. Also, talking to the people and dismissing the stigma will bring us closer to an HIV-free world. You'll be surprised at how many people still have misconceptions about HIV. According to the CDC, HIV may have appeared in humans as early as the late 1800s. And there's more heterosexual people that have HIV than homosexual people. So that myth is a lie too. And while I don't advocate the use of drugs, if you know someone who uses needles, tell them to go to a needle exchange. There's an exchange program right here in Milwaukee. Denying addicts of clean needles will not stop them from using. They will only increase the drug abuse. However, if they do the needle exchange, it significantly decreases the number of HIV infections. So what can you do? Take some responsibility in your life and help the young people you know. Talk to others about the facts and help eliminate the stigma. Ignorance will not make HIV go away, but some common sense and education will. That's what you can do, and you can start right now today. Kevin will be available after service or even during the service in the back to test you today. And we want to thank Kevin for coming out from UMOS. We really appreciate it. So go out and get tested, and in a few minutes Reverend Wendy will be tested right here. Get tested and be NCC. Amen.
Amen.